You wanna like end our conversation? What do you want? Tell me what you.
Well, I just started. So, hey everyone.
Okay, what's up?
We're playing. So I don't know if I told you the variant yet, but we're playing Emasculated King Infinity Chess. So that means the king can never attack. Your king will never be able to attack anything. And Infinity Chess is this board.
Never attack anything.
Correct.
Okay.
And we're playing this Infinity Chess board. I'll post the rules in the link if you're watching this on YouTube. And where we're playing it. We're playing on green chess, or zoldsakk. Alright, so king can never attack. We were talking about how we could possibly be all one organism in the universe. Kind of, somewhat. How we are all one collective consciousness.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. I mean, I was just talking about that statement you had said about how we're all, like, humans are organisms.
Yeah.
You know, they respond, they grow, and they grow in different ways. Sometimes, like, what is fucked up, what is not fucked up is, I mean, that's all subjective, but it's like they grow differently based upon the input. I mean, that's obvious, but it just kind of like is mind blowing when you think about it. It's like, damn. Oh, shit affects things. I don't know. Anyways, fuck, there are a lot before that. So, all right. Well, how would you like to respond to that? Okay, I saw you move there. Maybe I should just start moving.
So nice. So while we haven't played in a few weeks, and in that few weeks I set up vocal effects, and you won't be able to hear them, but the stream will be able to hear them. So I need to figure something out like that where I can make it run through this computer first, or the Discord first.
Okay.
But I can now use vocal effects on the stream if I want to.
What would be the purpose of that?
I don't know. More just playing around. But we can also disguise people's voices if we want now, because we can lower the pitch, like they do in those.
Like drug lord things?
Yeah.
What? I mean, you're gonna do some on-the-fly editing, is basically what you're saying?
No, it's a live vocal effect. So like, I could add.
Oh, I mean, what I'm saying is like you're gonna edit our conversation live in the sense like you can try to make it funny live.
Correct.
Okay.
But I don't plan to do that right now. But I'll let you know.
Do whatever you want, man.
There hasn't been too much use for it yet, but Is that the wind chimes? You're sitting outside? Yeah, it is pretty windy.
You can hear those?
Yeah.
Outside, dude. I need to stop thinking about stuff and just be outside, damn.
I do like camping. Yeah, I do like, I go, hiking and camping a lot where I just don't have we were talking about that. Yeah, we were talking about getting off of Facebook and getting off of, yeah, pretty much Facebook.
That's a good conversation. I still have more to talk about with that. Do you have anything more? Because I have a ton to say.
Well, I do like really enjoy going camping and hiking where I don't use my phone for like at least usually 3 to 5 days, if not 7. So.
Yeah, dude.
Like those are really good. Like just reset. But the only bad thing is sometimes like right after those trips, like I want to like check everything, like see everything that happened on the week. So like almost as soon as I'm done with those, I go right back to like I need to see everything. What happened? But yeah.
Hey, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know how to solve it, dude. Like I'm at odds with what to do.
We're both musicians, so we feel like we somewhat need to keep Facebook to.
Did someone ask a question?
No, I'm just talking.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, because we're socially just think in a social way. So.
Well, and yeah, we need to like network at a point too, and like
yeah,
a lot of my teachers, I guess, are on Facebook.
Teachers on Facebook, yeah. I mean, PhD program, yeah. Everyone's just there, like,
But a lot.
projecting their viewpoint and how they're so good. Dude, virtue signaling, you know what that is, right?
Oh, they're so good, yeah. Of course, yeah, no.
Virtue signaling is like the biggest fucking thing in the goddamn world on Facebook, especially in my circles and our circles. God damn, I can't stand that shit. Like, so insidious because you don't ever know if someone's virtue signaling or not. It just feels like they are. But once you have that painting of the world, it's like, it just puts a sour taste with anything that's trying to, like.
Well, yeah, what I mentioned earlier is we don't really know anymore because, well, it's also like, yeah, because people post, and not everyone, but a lot of people post like the rosiest versions of themselves on Facebook. So,
Yeah. Dude.
how you liking this board?
It's interesting, man. Board. Good board. Your turn or mine?
Yours. I think it says like at the bottom, like where your name is if it's your turn. Is this there? Yeah. God, these are such a weird pawn structure.
Mine is?
Both. I mean, just this kind of board because, well, yours is pretty normal. I mean, but pawns like my two of my pawns attack the different and move different ways or going sideways. Like we cross cut each other through the board. Did you have anything like, what on, okay, someone asked, what on earth is this chess?
Pass on the post.
Yes.
It, I guess.
Attack. I'll post a link real quick. Oh, there's a little snowflake by his name, saying he gave to Direct Relief Charity, it looks like. I have my friend, for the people in the chat, I have my friend Emerson, chess composer.
Oh.
You're watching my screen.
Okay, I'm trying to get onto it. Turn.
You need to get a profile picture.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I can use the vocal effects now. It's Infinity Chess.
I moved my thing.
Oh, you did. Sorry. Good night. I didn't see it.
Did?
Yeah, I see it.
It's not showing on my screen that I moved. It's your turn, dude.
Yeah, I'm going. person already left, I believe, asking what the game was. I don't think there's castling. No castling. Let's see.
Sure, got it.
Oh boy. Just how our pieces are. It seems funny.
Rebel move, man.
For me?
Isn't okay. checking you?
Yeah, that was checking me. Do you think there? You think there's gonna be ever a new main social media that's not Facebook?
Dude, what's about to happen is just a whole world, man. No, just, yeah, like a whole world online. I think everything you can imagine that you can do in the physical world, in a almost online. Pretty happening with video games. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's only appealing to a certain group of people now, but the format is, the format's very realistic, but it's going to appeal to people. Like, imagine when that level of realism and, like, simulation and monetized in different kinds of ways that appeal to bigger demographics. Like, people are going to want to do it.
Is that? That's not really a social media, I guess.
I mean, there is Red Dead Online.
Yeah. I guess it is like
What I was saying is
an online
if that
gaming
becomes
community.
social.
Yeah.
If that becomes social, your question, it's going to simulate everything. So yeah, will there be a bigger form of social media? Like, yeah, I think there will be, and it'll be one that encompasses more like the real world. Just took my piece.
I did.
You agree with me?
Seems likely.
What are your further thoughts? You seem to not have any.
I don't know. Like, I'm glad LinkedIn never really took off that much. Like a professional profile.
I mean, people still do use it.
I mean,
It hasn't taken off really.
not to my knowledge. I mean, I think it when it has already tried to take off, and when it got big and it has been dying down ever since. I mean, I haven't heard about it in a while.
I mean, but in a way, couldn't that be the savior?
It could be MySpace.
MySpace was just a Facebook precursor. What do you mean?
Yeah, MySpace would come back and have all these better features.
I mean, but no one gives a shit about MySpace, does it?
I mean, not right now, but
I
if it like improved itself, like it's surprisingly,
thought it did. It tried to remarket itself as music, right?
I don't know. I mean, but surprisingly, like, well, I wouldn't say that. I was saying like, there's not much like, I don't know. I'm surprised Facebook hasn't gotten better. Like, there should be a lot more ways of like interacting with communities.
What
That,
does better mean?
yeah, yeah, of course. There should just be like a lot more
No, I mean, like,
ways.
in what ways? Just give me.
I don't know, just more ways of interacting with a community and a community of your friends that like it allows you to do. Like, shouldn't it make it easier for like, I guess it has made it easier for people to like,
You do conference calls on Facebook?
I haven't.
You though. 'Cause, I mean, that would be an obvious step for them, right? Or do
Like,
they not want to actually? Because then, can you imagine if they open that up every?
what if they made it easier for people to, I was going to say, like, what if they made it easier for people to like organize protests and stuff, which I think they have, but like,
They did. The whole Arab Spring was through Facebook.
yeah, but like, say, like, if they just went with specific things, like, you know how they made like groups and like you have your wall and stuff like this? Like, they could make something specifically for different things. I mean, I don't know. I don't know all of them, but like, uh, yeah, that'd be my guess. It's just like,
Yeah, that's a Reddit, dude.
ooh,
It's not Reddit's just like more. Reddit's more anonymous based. I mean, Reddit's for interest specifically. It's not really social in a sense. It's like an online social only. But Facebook crosses those boundaries. I think that's what makes Facebook so interesting. This is the real world and the online world into one. Fuck that online space. Like, we're only online, you know? Like, Facebook's an augmented reality in a way, you know?
yeah,
You agree?
yeah. I mean, it's an online reality. I'd say that.
But it's different than Reddit. Because Reddit's online. Facebook stretches the gap into the real world in the sense that what happens on Facebook act with you in your real life based upon what you did. On Reddit, like, it's weird if like you know what the fuck's going on. I mean, that's like doxing and shit. But it's like on Facebook we ourselves every time we post, you know?
Yeah.
A fucking crazy thing when you think about it. I mean, I'm not saying anything profound or anything. It's just interesting to think at it from that perspective of how revolutionary it really is. It's just like scary. I mean, that's what you were saying earlier. What makes it so weird.
Well, we were talking about earlier how like a Facebook post could make people not want to work with us slash get us fired slash people trying to get us fired, depending on what you know.
Yeah, of course.
But
It's also like, dude, it's also just like that's how it isn't. That's how it was before Facebook. So in a way, it's just like.
but before
You know what
Facebook,
I mean?
like everything you wanted to spout out to anyone, I mean, of course, people don't do that on Facebook, but like you're in communication with a lot more people instantly, and like everything's recorded down to the T. So like you go back 10 years and find something, or however many years or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I mean, no, I agree with you. That's the difference, right? It's so funny, but yeah, I have to watch what you say more now, and it's like, I guess we just need to give ourselves more. I don't know. Dude, media is also, yeah, everything's, yeah. Me and my mom were actually talking about this, like, you know, in the 1970s, 80s, even really the 90s, like, everyone watched, like, 3 news stations, you know? Like, we all kind of, like, got the same information.
Yeah.
For the people who are, like, studying for PhD or, like, academics who are actually reading the books in the library. But other than that, everyone just got the same shit. much more homogeneous structure going on. Yeah, it's just picking us apart, man.
Have you seen the French stuff?
Stuff.
The French Revolution going on.
That's
What?
it's violent. Like, is it violent or?
I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure there has been violence, but I don't think
Yeah,
like the
not
main.
like on a mass scale or anything. Where, like,
Yeah,
you have to
I don't
cross
think
the
it's
military
like
or something.
hugely violent.
Pollution, it is. I mean, that's such an ambiguous.
But also, like,
Happening.
I've gone back and forth on this of like, we have to kind of define what is violence because like, is the government?
That's question too.
Yeah, like, is the government like with what they do violent to people? Like, is the government? Ooh, big
The
mistake.
definition of violence is different now because everything's online. So it's like, I mean, hardly anyone beats someone up anymore. Like, if you actually physically assault someone, it seems a horrible thing to say. Jesus Christ. I just realized. No, of course that happens. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. More and more, yeah, that's terrible to say. No, it happens. Like, it needs to be stopped.
No more violent crime.
Violent crime. But what I'm saying is, more and more that people are online. Codes of ethics online is different. And I mean, it's what I'm saying in the real world, before the internet, things were more physical just naturally because you were naturally, you're in contact with people more. Not saying that you abuse people more, but I'm just saying, like, it's a different kind of world. Like a world where everything's once removed, and like that makes up different standards of etiquette. And like, I relate to what you were saying with the revolution thing, because you said about violence, where it's, what is violence?
Yeah. Well, it's like if
maybe we have to change that.
Well, it's like, and even if like, is the government what they're doing more violent than the people trying to stop them? Like, if the people are trying to stop the violence in the government, then of course it's usually looked down on history as completely justified.
Yeah, in the short term. I mean, in the long term.
In the long term, yeah. But in the short term, of course, the governments are going to be against it. They're gonna they're not going to want to.
In the short term, yeah.
They're not going to want to lose power or anything.
The hegemony, yeah, the hegemonic power is going to see it as like, you have a revolution, like hegemony or like overarching power might be breaking or it might not, depending on how it goes. And then, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, the victors write they write everything. They write how you think.
Our country was founded on rebellion.
Why everything was, right? Have any idea in the world had to have been contrary to some kind of idea, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not contrary, but at least different. I don't know. Sense. I take that back. Learn about like Gramscian theory. Did I tell you this quote that I learned that we were talking about?
Let me hear it.
Oh, like people don't wield ideas, like ideas wield people.
Yeah.
Tell you that one already?
Maybe, but
I already talked about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
sad when you think about it. It's like I haven't thought about anything.
So, that idea of like Daniel Dennett has talked about where, okay, so remember the king cannot attack. Remember that rule as I do this move. You ready?
Gotta take your queen all the way over there.
What?
You take your. Oh, I see. Take it with your rook. I got you. Damn it. Now really fucked. Lost. were you saying? Daniel Demmons said that?
He was talking about, so I believe there's a thing, it's called a lancet fluke, and it's a parasite, and it gets into the stomach of a rat. I believe this is the case. It gets in the stomach of a rat, and it makes the rat jump up in high grass so cats eat it, because where the parasite needs to go is inside a cat. So it's a parasite that hijacks a mouse's brain to make it do like erratic behavior to get it eaten by a cat.
I mean, it did that all through natural selection, yeah.
And he talked about how ideas are quite similar to that, in that people will die for ideas. People will die for freedom of speech or religion or...
Oh, and you're saying that when you play into that, you're playing into the game? Then you got to live for something, right? So, I mean, doesn't that then just encourage you to, like, have a blunted affect towards everything? It's like, well, yeah, this is just going to make me...
No, it's saying that we do got to be aware of, like, evolutionary... ideas can hijack our brain to do things that are against our interest.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, that one has been Infinity Chess. If we're on a stream, we're probably going to switch over to a different one, but if you're on the recording, I'm going to say goodbye to you, and hopefully that you have a nice day.
Or you